James Hamilton for MMA UK, joined via Skype by Jamie MacDonald. Jamie's got a fight coming up on the 29th of February, and that's against Aaron Darby, and that's at On Top Fight Promotions. So, Jamie, back in the cage. It's been I know you've been busy over the last year, but it's been a year since you fought in the cage. So, I guess first of all, tell us what you've been up to this last year. I know you've been doing a lot of boxing, so tell us what's been happening.
I've just been finding myself, to be honest, James. A few things happened in the background, and it led me to either immerse myself in boxing until I got a wee club set up, Primal, remember this, a new club at Gym 300, until I got that set up and was able to compete under myself. I had to immerse myself in boxing, so I went to Highland Boxing Academy. Gary Cornish, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
A lot of people know him. On heavyweight, fought Anthony Joshua and stuff. You know, he was a high up heavyweight in the Scotland scene, especially in the UK scene as well. He took me under his wing. I knew him prior to obviously everything going on, and something went on, and he just said, "Look, come with me, buddy, and I'll see what I can do to help." Pretty good.
So I mean, obviously, you've not taken a year off and been away. You've been competing in combat sports. So, how good has it been for you just taking that time just to focus purely on your hands and the boxing side of things? I'm assuming that's obviously going to be a big benefit now getting into the cage, that you've got all that boxing experience. So, how good has that been for your overall MMA game?
Well, I'm hoping it pays off. It might have an adverse effect. Nah, do you know what? To be honest, hand in heart, admit this to anybody. Like when I started MMA, I came from like a rugby background, as people know. So a wee double leg and into the ground was my thing. So when everything happened, then I had to go and immerse myself in a sport that I used to like. I used to like be petrified of sparring, like
yeah.
In general, and do you know what? I became used to. Right, I'm not going to die.
Aye.
And then next thing came. Right, oh wait, let's try that. Let's try some of this. And before you know it, you start getting better. You're not getting beat up. You're not getting better. I enjoy boxing now. I travel through to Elgin. There's a Scottish Open champion and stuff that I do a bit of sparring with, along with a few other boys through there. And obviously, I still stay in touch with Highland Boxing Academy. But no, in terms of developing my hands for the cage, yeah, it can only help my game. The ground, we all know the ground game. I'm comfortable entertaining if I can. Been beaten a couple of times in a fight, and my head just wasn't in it. And it was probably lack of confidence in my hands. I was a wee bit gun shy, they call it. I was just too scared to throw in case I got hit, etc. Like, I get explained to me now, but at the time it was just weird. I just kind of froze. No other explanation in that than experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously you were known, you had that, you came for rugby, you had the jiu-jitsu base. So do you think then, what you're saying, you had a slight fear in terms of in the stand-up? Is that something you feel you've now, over this period of time where you've been focused on the boxing, is that something you feel you've overcame?
100%.
Brilliant. Like you say, Primal MMA is the gym you're fighting out for, obviously you're coaching as well. How has that been? How has it been going from coach to fighter? And obviously I know you've got the likes of George and stuff like that there, you're coaching, he's been with you a while now. So how is it making that switch from fighting to coaching and back and forward?
It's a weird experience. I don't know how to explain it. Like my views on life now are different to what they were when I started.
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody's stupid. Everybody's been through something, and somebody's called them something, and something happened. Like the do all and end all is how you get up from that or how you deal with that. I had two options, as I said, was one, retire from the thought of doing something that I was actually decent at,
Uh-huh.
Or continuing boxing. I could have continued at boxing and
Uh-huh.
let's be honest, I'm not 8 years old and 4 foot, and I've not been boxing off. I'm not like, that's just not for me.
Yeah.
So what I did was I threw everything at the wall and persevered with it. Gym 300 in Inverness gave me a big help. Like huge. I went in there like literally in the hands and knees. Not obviously, like I'm not. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Tom Ashmore. He runs Gym 300. Like they gave me free rein. They said, "Go on, get in there, see what you can do, and we'll talk about business when the time comes right." And he stuck by his word. I've stuck by my word. Things are growing. And prior to like George and everything, like basically, I basically coached George prior to him coming anyway. Yeah. So the coaching side was, there's loads of things that are new now to me that weren't, but the coaching side in terms of just coaching an actual fighter has not really changed.
Uh-huh.
I kind of grew with that as I did a fighter anyway. The only thing that has benefited the club and myself is the fact that I've not overcome the fear. I still get feared of. Nobody wants to get knocked out or anything in front of them or anything, but like overcome just being able to stand in there, comfortable on your feet. That bit there, to pass that on and encourage others into sparring and stuff. Like honestly, man, it's just been a huge help.
Yeah,
huge help.
I mean, the nerve side of things, I mean, everybody, and I assume a lot of people say they won't, but I think everybody gets it. But nerves aren't necessarily a bad thing. I think most fighters would say it's about how you overcome them and use them to your benefit, because obviously nerves keep you sharp in here. So it seems like you're in a good place with that side of things. And in general, you seem like you're in a good place from everything I see, and obviously you're travelling a lot as well. You're getting down to Hit Squad, which is, it's a distance for you to get down there to do classes. I saw Brian Gallagher posted something about it the other day. How beneficial is that for you to get down there and get in there with Paul Craig, who's a UFC light heavyweight? That guy's he's at the highest level at the moment, so that must be good for you to get down there and get training in with Paul.
Good for me. I don't know. See, to be honest, when everything happened and stuff, like I approached a couple of gyms. I've been to higher level as well, and like hats off to James Doolan, and I will visit all these places. There's just so much going on just now. Even like Barry Thompson and stuff, like these guys have people that can fight, and I will get round to them. It's just Paul is who I know just now.
Yeah,
we'll still use and travel to the Scottish Hit Squad, but basically, like I go down to Paul and I said to him, "Look, this is basically how it is," as well as Brian. And they said, "Look, we're not kidding if you're not kidding." And I'm like, "Right, sound. Let's tango." We started tangoing. Paul started battering me, and then he's still battering me. But I think I'm getting better. I'm not sure. I feel better, confidence wise and stuff. And these guys asked me to come down and do rounds with UFC. That's the Premier League of mixed martial arts in general. Paul Craig, myself, I've sparred with Phil DeFries as well. Like all these guys are close knit. Brian's helpful no matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you go in there and you get the better of one of his boys and you get beat up or whatever. Like these guys, they just. I'm going to be honest. Like they just opened their arms to me. Opened their arms to George. And now they're helping out a bit with the not the coaching side. They're helping me have a bit more confidence in myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's so many gyms out there, and there's so many people, there's so many black belts now. And then when Paul was my age and he was doing this, he never had a Paul Craig to travel and spar with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a big eye opener, and I'm very, very fortunate to have the likes of Scottish Hit Squad, and the higher level will progress into something. I went down there and got my fucking arse handed to me. of the lighter end of the scale, let's say. Along with I did at the Scottish Hit Squad, but like I need to grow and I need to build relationships with these local gyms. I'm not going to put them aside.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, the Scottish MMA is in a good place. There's a lot of good gyms and really good coaches out there. I'm assuming that's something you'll go down there and you're learning through rounds with Paul. But is it good to get Brian's insight as well? So, because Brian's an experienced coach, he's coached guys at the highest level, Paul, Chris. So, for that side of things, are you picking up things there as well? Just in terms of Brian giving you feedback and you're watching, seeing Brian coaching?
Yeah, there's things like at the end of the day, man, like the way I look at it now, because I do a bit of coaching. I'm not here, by the way, anybody looking. I'm not saying I'm a black belt in anything. I'm not saying. All I'm saying is I'll put my chin to my chest and I'll fight.
Yeah.
Right? And if I can pass on some experience to somebody and they can pass on to somebody and we can grow a team, perfect. We all start from nowhere.
Yeah.
If I can go down there and I can get tested, beat up, and come back and be a bit better than the last time, like that's all I really care for. And Brian, as much as Brian looks at Paul as it would be a prodigy, man. If you've got a student / fighter in the UFC, you're going to give him time and you've got to. It's part of his business. He's never once went, all right, Jamie, that's around, fuck off home. Sorry, I'm with you. He's never once, he's went, right, Jamie, you need to work on some stuff. Like, go home, work on this. Paul messages me. He came up, he did a seminar in the gym when it opened and stuff, like, these guys are part of my team. Well, I hope they are.
Yeah.
Like, I can't thank them enough. Like Brian will say, go home and work on defending kicks or something along those lines. You know what I mean? And I do, and I go home and I work with people that I can learn with, obviously, and progress as a fighter. So I'm always getting better because I'm coming up the road, listening to what they're saying, but installing it into the classes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
With me doing that, the basics are going, right, okay, this is what you're doing. Why do you know that's right? Well, because I'm teaching it.
Aye.
You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but it's along those lines. You can see where I'm coming from, maybe.
I do. It kind of seems to be, Jamie, like you're enjoying the process as well now. You seem to be in a good place. You seem to be. Would that be fair to say that you're enjoying the process of everything you're doing in terms of coaching, obviously preparing yourself for your fight coming up on top? You seem happier to me anyway. Just on what I'm seeing.
I'm just chilled. I'm like, I don't know. I just there's no pressure. There's no. And I'm not saying that the previous gym or gym members or anything like that, there was pressure. But they're just, I don't know, I just feel that the classes range between on a Wednesday, jiu-jitsu class on a Wednesday night, like it's not that big now, like we're talking like 8 people. But a striking class can have 12 to 18 people. The MMA class can have 20. Like, it's going to go up and down and stuff, and I'm not the most switched on in the head to explain things. You know what I mean? But I give it my best. I'm going to die trying. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like, as much as him's been said, and all that aside, like, I can't thank the team that have stuck by me from the start. Because they're sitting there thinking they've got better. They're not realising how much they've gave me confidence, how much they've gave me drive, how much they've gave me that. Get out your bed, do that 5-mile run, do the skipping, do the pads. There's loads of stuff. There's loads of stuff that I could go on about for ages. It's a bit boring, but like anybody that's part of this team, it's just going to be great. It's like, win, lose, draw, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be great. I can't wait to see what's coming.
And obviously, on top's fast approaching, so you're going to be fighting. You're going to have guys that you're cornering, obviously guys that you're coaching. I'm always interested in this. Where do you think you're going to be more nervous? Do you think you'll be more nervous when you're about to walk to the cage, or when the guys from your gym are about to walk to the cage?
Sounds like I'm in Brighton here, but like George is my wee fucking he's my wee pal. Like,
aye.
I spend a lot of time with George, not just fighting and stuff. Like,
yeah,
we'll run together, or we'll go skiing together, not on the hill, but on a skier in the gym, stuff like that. Like, I'll get nervous for him. But I also know he's going to be nervous. Like,
yeah.
He's got a tough match. He's against I can't pronounce his name. It's hellish. Patrick. He's one. You
probably notice I'm not helping you out with this one.
Pause there. He's got a tough match, and you know, I sat down. Me and George talk about these things, and George. He's like me, but just smaller, ginger, and 5 foot, you know, bald. But that's an unfortunate thing for him. But he's got a tough match, and you know, like, the guy's 1-6 and stuff. But he's experienced, he's been in there. You know, he's going to be. And George is just looking at it as an exciting thing. You know, he's not looking at the bad thing. Then we've got Brian Matheson. About a year and a half ago, SBG, where I originally started all this, SBG Inverness, was where I met Brian. Because I'm from Abbeymoor. These guys are north of the bridge. If you don't know what that means, is like Dingwall and Inverness, or like Parkhead and Ibrox. It's a wee funny one. But me and Brian always go on, and there's a wee group of cronies that he hangs around with. And they've started coming to the gym and stuff. And Brian has been training, and I remember him from when we started before. And he puts the effort in, and he's tough, and he's got a bit of fight in him. And he said to me, he's got a fight. He's got a fight in him. And I said, well, let's see what's going. And then your man James Lake messaged me saying, you got anybody at 70 kilos? And it just happens that we've helped out one of the HMAC boys, HMAC Inverness. We've helped one of those boys, Tyler, which I was a previous teammate of. Yeah. They've got a match up. I think Tyler's 0-1. Brian's debut. At the end of the day, that's a fucking debut fight all day for me. I don't care. It's experience. So I mean, I get a wee bit nervous about them. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm going to be nervous for myself.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Well, it's finally you're getting back in there, so year out, assuming you're excited about the matchup, and Aaron Darby, obviously, have you looked much into Aaron? I know he's making his debut, I believe.
Debut, he's done. I asked James what he's done. He said he's done kickboxing since he's young, and he's done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on and off. Like, at the end of the day, everybody I look at just now is going to be 0-0, and I'm 0-0. Like, I hope it's just absolute animal, just locked in a cage and fed him steak all his life. It's just going to benefit me. But like, in terms of everything else like that, like, I just want to go and progress as a fighter. I'm not into all that bullshit that I was before. I just want to focus on the fight. Like, it's a week Saturday. I'm 96 kilos just now. I'm fit. I'm healthy. I don't drink. I don't smoke anymore. I'm just in a really fucking good place. We've got a really good network of people outside of the gym as well. It may only be 5-6 people, but they're good people and they're beside me. You know. No, that's it. Well, it's,
like I say, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you back in there. Obviously, I know it's been a year out. So just finish on that, Jamie. So this, it's on the 29th of February. You're in there against Aaron Darby. Do you still have tickets that people can come to you and get?
I think I've got a few left. There'll be some I can get if anybody else wants to come.
What's the best place if anybody's wanting tickets from you, just to contact you through your social media?
Contact. I don't know how James does it. You can maybe contact him direct and On Top Promotions and on Facebook. I'm pretty sure they'll have some on the door. If they don't, there's quite a few things happening at this time of year, so it might be widespread. I've got a couple of things actually matched up after On Top.
So
I've got an invitational grappling competition 2 weeks after Saturday. Saturday. I'm not looking past Aaron Dalby. And then I've got 3 weeks after that, I think it is, I've got a European title fight on Battle Arena.
Brilliant. So busy man then.
Yeah, busy.
Well, listen, we really appreciate the time, Jamie. Thanks for coming on. It's always a pleasure to chat to you. And as I said again, Jamie will be fighting Aaron Darby at On Top Fight Promotions on the 29th of February. Obviously, best of luck when it comes, mate. I appreciate the time as always.